stop everything you're doing right now. Our God has warned that people will leave their homes because the great shift has begun. Your name appears in ancient prophecies that reveal shocking truth about the coming Exodus and your role in it. Through divine visions, the sacred warning unfolds. This isn't just another random prediction, this is a personal message meant specifically for those hearing these words right now. The signs are appearing everywhere. Strange weather patterns, unusual animal behavior, and unexplained feelings of urgency, all connect to this divine warning about why people must prepare to leave familiar surroundings. The universe has protected this warning until exactly this moment, when you're finally ready to receive it. Everything happening in your life has prepared you to understand this message and the great departure that's coming. This warning explains those uneasy feelings you've had lately. The strange sense that something big is approaching. The growing concern about your current location. The dreams of seeking safety somewhere new. These weren't random thoughts, they were divine preparation for the coming Exodus. Our God sent this warning the moment conditions reached the prophesied turning point. Now the message must spread to all who will listen. Divine wisdom never sends warnings without purpose. This message comes because action is now necessary. This exodus requires understanding why people must leave. Unstable energy zones, contaminated resources, and spiritual darkness have made certain areas unsafe for those who seek to maintain their connection to higher wisdom. The window for preparation won't remain open forever. Divine timing is aligned perfectly for this warning, creating a special period of opportunity. Earlier would have caused unnecessary panic. Later would leave too little time to prepare properly. Those who recognize this message feel it deeply. A combination of concern, responsibility, and knowing that says I must get ready now. Quick, press the like button right now to acknowledge this divine warning. The universe says this simple action connects you to the protective energy field forming around those who receive this message with open hearts. Spiritual guardians gather around you now, waiting for this moment of recognition. They've watched conditions developing, knowing this day would come when you'd need to understand why leaving certain places has become necessary for your spiritual and physical safety. Type I hear the warning if you're ready to receive crucial information about the coming Exodus, information most people won't have access to until it's too late. The moment you type these words, divine protection begins flowing into your life path. This is the most important warning of our lifetime. Your safety depends on how you respond. But you must act now. This divine communication window stays open briefly. Warning signs have already begun. The evidence appears daily for those with eyes to see and hearts open to divine messages. Think about those unusual weather patterns you've noticed lately. The unexpected storms in typically calm regions. The drought conditions spreading to new areas. The temperature fluctuations defying normal seasonal patterns. These aren't random climate events, they're divine markers showing which areas will soon become uninhabitable. Type I see the evidence as your awareness expands. This global situation carries special indicators that have appeared exactly as prophesied. Each coincidence or unusual event connects to this divine warning about the coming Exodus. Through sacred insight, patterns emerge clearly. Perhaps you've noticed wildlife behaving strangely, animals leaving certain regions in unexpected migrations. Maybe water sources have changed in quality or quantity near you. Possibly the spiritual energy in once peaceful places has become heavy and oppressive without explanation. World conditions reveal more than physical changes. They show energetic shifts making specific locations incompatible with higher consciousness. Every ecosystem disruption serves as divine communication about where it's becoming unsafe to remain. Cosmic understanding reveals deeper connections. Those moments when you suddenly questioned your attachment to your current location? When you wondered if you should relocate? When you felt inexplicably drawn to research other places? These weren't random thoughts, they were divine guidance preparing you for necessary movement. Living wisdom flows through these warning signs. Your connection to this coming exodus transcends logical understanding, carrying echoes of ancient prophecies now fulfilling in our time. The universe reveals critical timing now. This warning reaches you at precisely the right moment in humanity's journey. Earlier would have fallen on deaf ears. Later would have left insufficient preparation time. Your personal timeline carries special significance. Certain events in your life created perfect receptivity for this message. Pay attention to meaningful coincidences or recurring themes appearing in your experience lately. Type I understand the timing as divine wisdom explains humanity's prophetic schedule. Each era faces predicted challenges at specific points, information that helps you trust this current warning. Through spiritual sight, important timeline markers emerge. Ancient texts foretold specific signs appearing in sequence. You'll notice how current events follow these predictions with astonishing accuracy, though perhaps only now with greater awareness. Living wisdom shows prophetic fulfillment. Some predictions require specific celestial alignments. Others demand particular global conditions. Divine insight reveals which timing factors influence this exodus most directly. Perfect understanding requires examining historical patterns. The moments when similar warnings appeared throughout human history. When protective guidance saved the faithful. When divine intervention created safety during chaotic transitions. These weren't isolated events, they follow sacred patterns you can now recognize consciously. Beyond physical reality, energetic timing guides this exodus. Earth received cosmic energy shifts at specific points in its development. Humanity experiences similar transformations now, though awareness allows better preparation for the necessary relocations. The warning comes with precisely the duration needed, not a moment shorter or longer than required for those with open hearts to prepare properly. Sacred truth emerges with crystal clarity. Your current location carries energetic burdens, some recognized openly, others hidden even from yourself. These conditions make certain places increasingly dangerous for spiritual well-being. Divine understanding reveals what must be released. Perhaps attachments to unstable regions where resources will soon become scarce. Maybe homes built on energetically compromised land that can no longer support higher consciousness. Possibly connections to communities whose values have fallen out of alignment with divine principles. Type I release what's unsafe as divine wisdom shows which aspects of your current living situation have become spiritually risky. The comfortable familiarity, convenient location, and established routines may now endanger your highest good. Through spiritual sight, necessary departures become clear. You didn't choose your current location randomly. It served important purposes until this moment of transition arrived. Living wisdom flows through conscious detachment. As you acknowledge what must be left behind, freedom expands within you. Divine understanding helps you release without fear rather than clinging to unsafe circumstances. Perfect understanding illuminates temporary attachments. Material possessions often become spiritual burdens when exodus becomes necessary. Your awareness creates opportunity to prioritize what truly matters for the journey ahead. Beyond surface conveniences, spiritual discernment activates now. Places that seemed permanently secure suddenly reveal their temporary nature. Divine timing ensures nothing truly essential remains behind as your departure approaches. Each letting go honors the purpose served while creating space for divine protection. Release becomes not loss but preparation, turning worldly detachment into spiritual readiness for the journey ahead. Divine vision penetrates geographic illusions now, revealing truths about safe locations that transcend ordinary understanding. What emerges is a map of protected areas far more significant than conventional criteria could identify. Sacred understanding illuminates divine sanctuaries, regions where spiritual energy remains pure and supportive. Those unexplained attractions to certain places weren't random curiosity. That recurring dream of a specific land escape. The immediate sense of peace when researching particular regions. All these experiences reflect divine guidance activating to show you where safety awaits. Type I see the safe places as divine wisdom reveals the full scope of protected locations. Beyond physical safety, these sanctuaries offer spiritual nourishment, community with like-minded souls, and environments where higher consciousness can flourish despite growing global challenges. This explains why certain areas feel like spiritual magnets drawing you toward them. Through mystical sight, your connection to these safe havens becomes clear. Perhaps you've always felt drawn to mountains, sensing protection beyond logical explanation. Maybe coastal regions sparked immediate recognition of safety in your consciousness. Possibly certain foreign countries or remote areas activated something within you upon first consideration. These affinities reflect divine guidance showing where you'll find refuge. Living truth explains your natural attraction to specific locations. Some souls carry the imprint of their destined sanctuary, allowing intuitive recognition of where they'll be divinely protected. Your specific geographical affinities reveal which safe haven awaits your arrival. Perfect knowledge confirms why certain places feel inviting despite never having visited them. Divine wisdom reveals you won't journey alone. Spiritual guardians have been assigned to protect those who heed this warning, waiting for this exodus to make their presence known more tangibly. Sacred insight shows signs of their protection. Perhaps through narrow escapes from danger. Maybe through chance meetings with helpful strangers. Possibly through sudden inspirations leading to wise decisions. These guardians ensure safe passage for those who listen to divine guidance, Type I accept protection as divine understanding reveals specific forms of assistance. Some guardians clear obstacles from your path. Others provide resources exactly when needed. Many create synchronistic connections with fellow travelers who share your journey. Through spiritual perception, their protective actions become clearer. Those moments when you narrowly avoided trouble. The unexpected financial provision appearing at critical moments. The perfectly timed information arriving through unusual channels. These weren't coincidence, they were divine protection already at work. Living wisdom explains guardian connections established through your recognition of this warning. Soul agreements created spiritual protection perfectly matched to your unique Exodus needs. Your current preparation activates fuller assistance from these eternal helpers. Perfect understanding illuminates why certain spiritual practices always strengthened you. Your guardians have been sending protective energy throughout your life, ensuring readiness for this exodus even when conscious awareness hadn't yet recognized the need. Beyond human assistance, multi-dimensional protection surrounds you. Beings whose expanded awareness enables them to dispel danger before it materializes offer perfect security exactly when needed, especially during this critical relocation period. These divine guardians respond directly to your level of trust and preparation. Divine wisdom reveals special abilities awakening through this exodus. These spiritual gifts have been dormant within you, waiting for this critical time to activate fully in your experience. Sacred insight shows intuitive discernment expanding. Perhaps knowing which directions lead to safety without logical explanation. Maybe sensing which people can be trusted during uncertain times. Possibly receiving guidance through dreams or meditations about specific next steps. These intuitive gifts strengthen dramatically through your journey. Type I receive my gifts as divine understanding reveals heightened spiritual perception. Seeing beyond physical appearances to recognize divine protection. Feeling energy fields that indicate safe zones versus dangerous areas. Hearing inner guidance with greater clarity than ever before. Through spiritual perception, practical gifts emerge clearly. The ability to find water where others see only dry land. Knowing which plants offer healing or nourishment in unfamiliar territories. Sensing coming weather changes before physical signs appear. These survival gifts develop rapidly during your exodus. Living wisdom explains expanded communication abilities. Understanding languages you haven't formally studied. Connecting with animals who provide assistance or warnings. Receiving and transmitting thoughts with others on similar spiritual frequency. These communication gifts accelerate as your journey progresses. Perfect understanding illuminates physical endurance beyond normal limits. Requiring less food or sleep during critical travel periods. Maintaining health despite challenging conditions. Accessing energy reserves that ordinary consciousness cannot reach. Beyond individual gifts, collective protection strengthens. Your awareness expands to synchronize with others on similar exodus paths, creating powerful group fields that magnify divine protection for all who journey together with pure intention. Sacred insight reveals what you'll experience during Exodus. This knowledge prepares you to navigate the relocation process with confidence rather than fear. Divine understanding shows initial testing periods. Challenges that confirm your commitment to following guidance. Situations requiring application of your spiritual gifts. Moments demanding complete trust despite limited information. These experiences strengthen your spiritual muscles for the journey ahead. Type I trust the process as divine wisdom reveals navigation markers. Synchronistic signs confirming you're on the right path. Dream guidance providing next step instructions. Inner knowing that activates precisely when directional choices must be made. Through mystical perception, journey phases appear. The preparation stage where inner guidance feels strongest. The departure window when divine timing creates optimal conditions for leaving. The transitional period between leaving and arriving. The integration phase adjusting to your new sanctuary. These markers help you track successful journey progression. Living knowledge explains emotional fluctuations. Waves of uncertainty as familiar surroundings disappear. Periods of exceptional clarity confirming your decisions. Moments of profound peace despite external conditions. These fluctuations indicate healthy spiritual processing rather than problems requiring correction. Perfect understanding illuminates travel assistance. Unexpected helpers appearing at critical junctures. Resources manifesting when most needed. Transportation solutions arising in seemingly impossible situations. These supports confirm divine backing for your journey. Beyond physical travel, consciousness expansion becomes your companion. Each exodus phase provides spiritual growth opportunities alongside geographical movement. Trying to separate practical from spiritual aspects limits the journey's benefits. Embracing both dimensions maximizes divine assistance. Divine vision reveals the nature of life in these sanctuary locations. This understanding helps you recognize your spiritual community when you arrive at your destined haven. Sacred insight shows how relationships transform in these protected places. Connections based on spiritual alignment replace superficial associations. Communication centers on higher principles rather than worldly concerns. Cooperation replaces competition as organizing principle. Type I join the faithful as divine wisdom reveals community structures. Leadership based on spiritual maturity rather than worldly power. Resource sharing ensuring everyone's needs are met. Skills exchange creating sustainable independence from unstable systems. Through spiritual sight, purpose clarity emerges within these communities. Each member contributes unique gifts serving collective well-being. Divine service becomes daily practice rather than occasional activity. Work and worship merge into unified lifestyle honoring higher principles. Living wisdom explains new social patterns. Decision-making through spiritual consensus rather than majority rule. Conflict resolution through heart-centered communication. Child raising as collective responsibility ensuring new generations maintain higher consciousness. Perfect understanding illuminates resource stewardship. Sustainable practices honoring Earth's systems. Technologies aligned with natural principles. Healing modalities integrating spiritual and physical dimensions. These approaches ensure sanctuary communities thrive despite external challenges. Beyond physical survival, spiritual advancement accelerates. Daily practices strengthen divine connection. Regular teaching transmits essential wisdom. Ceremonial gatherings anchor protective energy fields. These spiritual foundations distinguish true sanctuaries from merely remote locations. Divine revelation shows that despite external simplicity, these communities experience extraordinary spiritual abundance. Their protective fields strengthen as inhabitants maintain conscious alignment with divine principles through daily choices and practices. Divine insight reveals that some will be called to temporary returns. After establishing in sanctuary locations, certain individuals receive divine assignment to retrieve others still waiting for guidance. Sacred wisdom shows messenger preparation. Strengthening protective fields before returning to challenging areas. Receiving specific instructions about whom to contact. Developing clear discernment about safe travel timing and routes. Type I serve as needed as divine understanding reveals messenger protocols. Moving unnoticed through disrupted regions. Communicating encoded guidance understandable only to receptive hearts. Leading small groups back to sanctuary locations along protected paths. Through spiritual perception, messenger gifts activate. Temporary invisibility to threatening forces. Accelerated travel abilities covering distance efficiently. Heightened danger detection preventing unnecessary risks. These special protections ensure messenger safety during retrieval missions. Living harmony grows through balanced discernment. Not everyone encountered can be helped. Some refuse guidance despite clear warnings. Divine wisdom provides exact recognition of who remains receptive versus who has closed their heart permanently to higher direction. Perfect compassion develops through remembering your own awakening journey. Your Exodus experience creates empathy for others facing similar choices. Divine love flows appropriately, recognizing free will while offering maximum opportunity for those still able to hear. Beyond physical retrieval, energy transmission becomes your offering. Your presence itself carries sanctuary frequencies into disrupted areas. Words become secondary to the consciousness field you generate through your completed exodus and sanctuary integration. Divine wisdom reveals protection maintenance during temporary returns. Specific practices ensure brief visits to unstable regions don't compromise your energy, field or sanctuary connection. Divine revelation reaches its peak now. The most profound truth about this warning emerges with crystal clarity. Sacred understanding shows immediate preparation steps. Begin gathering essential supplies without drawing attention. Quietly research potential sanctuary locations through meditation and factual investigation. Strengthen spiritual practices that enhance intuitive guidance reception. Type I prepare now as divine wisdom reveals final instructions. Pay attention to dreams providing specific timing guidance. Trust sudden impulses to take particular actions. Follow through on intuitive connections with others receiving similar guidance. Through spiritual sight, perfect divine timing appears. This warning reaches you with exactly the preparation window you personally require. Nothing is random or too late. All spiritual messages converge to ensure your successful exodus if you choose to heed them. Living wisdom culminates in profound simplicity. Your exodus requires attentive listening to inner guidance above all else. External research supports but cannot replace divine direction customized for your unique journey. Perfect insight reveals eternal protection. Your connection to divine guidance transcends all physical circumstances, continuing regardless of external conditions. Ultimate activation occurs now. All revealed wisdom integrates into your awareness, permanently altering your relationship to your current location and living situation. Divine power infuses your discernment. Every cell, every thought, every prayer aligns with your exodus preparation as you acknowledge this warning and begin your response.